Welcome into the Toyota Lounge for the DNVR Avalanche pregame show, brought to you by Coors Light and Bet365. Look, expectation is it's going to be the same lineup as Sunday night, for Colorado. It is Georgiev in net. You got an opportunity to even the series if you can play a quality game all the way around.
That's a save.
Are the Colorado Avalanche confident going into tonight? Or are they desperate?
I'll go first. I think a bit of both, right? You got to be confident. I thought they played a good game. Forget about the score on the big L, right? That's what matters. Is did you win? Did you lose? That's what it matters. But they lost. But I thought their game was on point. I loved their start. Took the crowd right out of it. They were flying. The big guns were going. The death was going. I thought they played a really good game. So, confidence-wise, I think you have to be feeling good about yourself. And then desperate-wise, you have to be desperate. I mean, for me, it's as close as it can be as a must-win game. I mean, I hate the percentages that, in the history of the National Hockey League, it's 86%, right? That you lose the series if you're down 2. I'm not saying the Avs will be down 2, and I'm not saying that if they're down 2, they can't be part of that 14%, but you got to treat this like a must-win. If you watch hockey, you're a hockey fan. You saw that last night with Toronto and Boston. Toronto kind of found a way to Austin Matthews, to lead the way and feel. So I feel a little bit tonight. I think you'll see the best Nathan MacKinnon and best, Makar and Rantanen that you can have. And I expect a good hockey game. I expect the Avs to be ready.
I hope so. I hope they are. I guess Chat, you're right. There is one change in the lineup. Ivan Prosvetov, the backup tonight, instead of Arvid Holm.
Yeah. Which means a pull is possible.
Right. That's my question was, what's the number that Prosvetov comes in on? And obviously, if it's 5 on 50, that's way different than 5 on 25. I get it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we're talking like 2 on
6.
Like 2 on 6, like 2 in the first period. They're down 2-0. You
yank.
Seriously have to have that conversation. The kid just can't be a long leash, man.
For sure.
It just can't.
Yeah, and obviously Annanen's still sick, or who knows if Georgiev is even starting this game. But
who knows? We'll never know, right?
We don't have to have that conversation. It's fine.
No, what I'm saying is, but Prosvetov, people were talking about it. Why? How come he wasn't there? At the end of the day, it was just like a third goalie, so you don't use the E-bug. You know what I mean? And Holm was the guy. I mean, you got to remember, Anninen was on the flight, and that practice Saturday at Family Sports, went on the flight, was all fine, and got sick overnight, like in Winnipeg or whatever it is. He must be sick. I mean, it's 3 days now that he hasn't been seen at the rink. So somewhere, somehow, wish him the best and everything. But talk about the wrong timing in life to be sick, right? You know what I mean? It just sucks for him, for the team, and it would have been, of course he would have gotten the poll last. He would have. I mean, good joy, and he would have gone in and see what he could have done. But again, it's not happening. Didn't happen. Now it's like, hey, let's just send some good vibes and get back in the net, and maybe it's saved by the bell too. Saved by the bell, right? Just like he got his bell rung.
Yeah, TJ Oshie just got concussed for sure. Look,
he's out.
With Prosvetov being there, you could pull him. It's not the mindset that the Avs have to have tonight. We'll get to that mindset in a little bit. Let's get to your 3 keys of the game first, Eric, because I'll bet you Georgiev is somewhere on those 3 keys.
Well, to be honest, like, you have to talk about it, right? Not that you want to talk about it in a negative way, but he needs a reset, right? He needs a reset, and with his own game, with his own mental aspects of the game, and just to be ready. And you know what? Get in the rhythm, believe in yourself, goldfish memory, have some fun. It's a fun game. Hockey's fun. I don't care if it's nerve-wracking as the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's still a game, and it's still fun. So he has to go out there, drop the shoulders a little bit, not be so uptight, and needs to have an outstanding performance after last game. And again, I'm hoping, I think we all are, that he goes out there and shuts the critics down and At the end of the day, the Avs are going to need him to. It's a big key to tonight's thing. There's no ifs and buts about it. We all know that it's a huge thing tonight. Number 2, like, create it below the goal line. Swarm the net. Like, low to high plays. Pounce on rebounds. You're going to have to put a lot of pucks on Hellebuyck tonight because he's going to be better. He's going to be better. Like AJ calls him Bucky, he's going to be on top of his game tonight. He didn't like his performance, even though he made 40, whatever it was, 39.
I would say
giving
not
up
just
6.
just him, the whole Jets. I would expect.
No, exactly. Better. I expect the Jets to be better. Everyone's like, the Avs played a good game. Winnipeg Jets is going to be a lot better tonight, and they know because the Avs will be even better than they were in the first game. So you got to go toe to toe on that one. Number 3, keep checking, limit the turnovers. I mean, stay above pucks. It sounds stupid, but they did a pretty good job last game, as we all know. They didn't give up a lot. They're going to have to be just as stingy defensively tonight, especially when your goalie's struggling. You want to give him all the team effort you could to make him feel good in the crease and give him a little bit of confidence. And you know what? Stay tight, stay sharp in the D zone. I'm not worried about the offensive zone. They're going to get their chances. They got world-class players. But if they can be as good as they were last game defensively, then I have hope for tonight.
You tell them to keep checking, keep playing their game. Jared Bednar had a similar sentiment on his pregame presser today, so let's hear from him.
I think we've known that and identified that as part of our team identity for the last few years now, playing as fast as we possibly can with good execution. And I mean, never hurts. There's no coach out there that's going, let's play a little slower and slow things down, that's not trying to get ahead of the other team's structure. So I think it's, for me, it was just more that we hadn't played the Jets the way we can play since the start of the year, you know what I mean? So every opponent, there's going to be some sort of feeling out process. You want to go and play your game to the best of your ability and see where it takes you, and then make adjustments along the way after that. So I thought we did that the other night to a certain extent, and we'll have to be better than we were the other night to win. But I think there's a lot of positive signs and things we could take out of that game to say, just keep doing some of the things that we were doing and fix some others.
Jesse, then Corey.
Coach, is this, you guys played a way that you want, but you don't get the result in game 1. Is this already where the experience and having been through this kind of gauntlet starts to come in?
Can't hurt. Yep, can't hurt.
Corey?
We talked about Ross Colton in that line a little bit yesterday, but Miles Wood is a guy who maybe didn't have the best personal experience in his previous playoff runs. I'm just wondering what you thought of him as kind of an extension of what you guys have seen from him all year.
I thought he was great. Yep, physical, involved, hard at the net. I mean, even that one that was on the delayed penalty, thought it was a quick whistle. There's an opportunity again to score that goal. I mean, I thought that line was really effective. They were involved right from the drop of the puck. Their details were good. They checked hard. Like I said, the physicality is part of their game. Those guys, they got a little grit and sandpaper to the game, and I thought they played their games to the best of their ability the other night. I love to see them repeat that performance.
So maybe guys like Miles Wood are what the Avs need tonight. Keep that juice flowing, keep the pressure up on a Winnipeg team that, as we said, you expect Winnipeg to play better. But I think even if they do play better, they're going to have a hard time handling the Avs' pace if they play like they did in game 1, right?
Yep. I mean, that's always the challenge.
For all the talk of how well Winnipeg matches up throughout the 3 regular season games,
Yeah.
we saw that matchup
cares?
might not be as good as you think in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I wish we would not talk about the regular season matchups ever, because they're just not.
I'm with you.
They're not relevant.
But everybody else talks about them.
Anyway, whatever. The speed of the Avalanche is always the big always the big problem for other teams.
Yep.
It was a huge problem in
game 1.
Yeah. But when the Avs also get a healthy dose of physicality, as we saw in game 1.
Yep.
They are they're multifaceted enough that they win a lot of games like that. So that's
It is a level playing
There's
field
a track
tonight.
record there.
yeah.
It's a level playing field too. Like both teams are starting at midnight, local time. It's one of those like college games, midnight practice. Are you kidding me? It's almost 9 o'clock start over there. That's ridiculous.
It is a weird late start for sure.
That is ridiculous.
Look, obviously a lot of the discourse is around Georgiev, rightfully so. Fan base, people sitting here watching on these couches, pretty safe to say we're not going to trust much from Georgiev when Winnipeg is coming down, right? You're going to be nervous every single shot on net.
No, man, there's no trust. He could be in the middle of a 35-save shutout, and I'm not trusting it.
Right. That's us, the fan base, people not playing the hockey game.
Yeah.
If you're the Colorado Avalanche, what's the mindset? Because, look, I never played professional sports. I'm not going to pretend like I did. But as a kid, when you're playing, someone's having a tough time. Sometimes you say, hey, we got to pick them up. We got to do some of that. I'm sure there's some of that mindset. But sometimes, too, you can't change the way you play, right? You have to say, I know he let in 7 last night, but I have to trust him to make the next one tonight and continue to play the way I know how to play.
You're only as good as your next shot, especially as a goalie, and that's what he's been struggling with. He's been struggling with it, right? So, but now it's like, I'll look at it in a positive way, and I'm going to spin it in a positive way. Like, did I say I didn't believe he could, like, pick himself back up and do it? No, I said it. I'm not going to shy away from it. I said it. Do I wish him bad? No, I don't. That's not what I'm saying. But you would have lost, I believe, in my humble opinion, he would have lost his net. So there's something to be said about that. There's something to be said about you want to be a starter. There's something to be said about the future of you as a starter in the National Hockey League. And I know he's got the most wins, and but people care about playoffs. So all of a sudden, I believe he would have lost his net. But you know what? Hockey gods were with him in a sense that, wish harm on Eustace, but he's the one that's been sick the last couple of days, and all of a sudden it's not an option. So for me, it's like, all right, there was a sign from somewhere that, it's your net tonight. Go and do something about it. Now I'm pulling for him. I'm hoping for him. I'm going to give him all the good juju. You know what I mean? Like for him to, and you're right, the players are going to do the same thing. And I do believe the players are going to be sharp. I don't think you're going to see Josh make a couple mental mistakes in front of the net and forget. I think he's going to be real stingy, you know what I mean? Because the guys are going to be like, all right, let's bear down. Let's do our stuff. We know we're going to go in the offensive zone and make some plays, but in our own end, let's bear down like we have been, because they didn't give up a lot last game, but let's make sure we're really, really sharp tonight. Let's help our partner, our brother, our guy in net that's struggling, because by sitting him out, it's impossible. The other guy's not there. So he has to be in there. So you got to go and pat him in the back, and let's go and be with him, and let's root for him. As players, as fans, and as everybody.
As a player, Eric.
I mean, last chance, right?
The
only reason the only reason it was last is because Ananen is sick.
Exactly.
That's my point.
So like last, like
yes.
If you can't get picked up for this, man, you're not cut out for the job.
Yep.
So that's why there's a chance, right?
I want to ask you as a player, though, Eric, where's the line of, hey, we got to tighten up, we got to give up nothing, and now we're gripping the sticks too hard, we're too worried about this?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is where it comes down when you have a veteran group and a guy that, and a team that's been there. I believe in them. I'm not gripping the sticks, but that's a fair point you're saying. When you have youth or, I don't know, you New Jersey Devils, let's say, of last year, you know what I mean? You get in the playoffs, you get in that situation, you're like, holy mama, like honestly, like we need a little help there, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, let's be together here. So, but I do believe that they're not going to let that affect them. I don't think they have let that affect them. I think that you'll see star players do some star player stuff tonight. I think you'll see Miles Woods of the world, the Trennans, they're going to keep doing whatever they've been doing. I think you'll see a good game out of Middlestat there. I think you'll see the guys regrouping behind him. He's going to need a little bit of puck luck too, right? Because you always need breaks and, to make sure that everything goes your way. So we'll see. I'm excited for it. I mean, it is playoffs. You're always excited, but I do believe there's a chance there's a bounce back game there in the net, and then obviously the continuation of obviously a good game by the Avalanche, not on the scoreboard last game, but overall a good game.
All right, let's get into it then. Who's going to eat tonight for the Colorado Avalanche? Early bird, Eric, you're always first.
Well, I mean, I think I'm sticking with what I've been saying the last 10 minutes. I got to go Georgiev. I mean, Georgiev has to be the Circle K eater for the Avalanche tonight in my book. I don't think there's a wrong answer to whatever is going to be said, but he has to have a reset game. He has to have a bounce back game, and he has to be a pillar for the Avalanche tonight in order to win that game on the road and shift the momentum. And you got to remember, saves or bad goals are big momentum swing factors in games. So he's my Circle K eater tonight, and we'll be pulling for him tonight and make sure that we're all sending him good vibes.
AJ, you on the Georgiev train, or are you taking somebody else?
I feel like every time I pick a guy in this segment that we are required to do, it goes super poorly for me.
Just start picking Nathan McKinnon.
So
Just take Drew in.
I don't want to pick Georgiev, but yeah, he really is the guy.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Almost nothing else will matter.
Exactly.
If his game doesn't pick up,
It's tough.
it's don't think
you
it'll
just
matter.
don't win, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I took Mikko Rantanen as my eater because
Love
I'm
it.
living in a world where Georgiev might not give up 7, but I don't know if he's going to give you 2 or less. In a world where Georgiev gets scored on 3-4 times, you need a big night from your guys who can finish.
Great.
Mikko Rantanen should be the best shooter on the Colorado Avalanche. If you went to the Colorado Avalanche, you said, give me one guy that can beat Connor Hellebuck with a shot, it's Mikko Rantanen. So he's got to go out and do it tonight. Give the Avs the goals that they're going to need to win a game against one of the best goalies in the league. Hellebuck's going to play better? Cool. Mikko Rantanen, shoot better.
Love it.
Get in with it, Mikko.
Great
Do
choice.
what you got to do. Go get your snacks at Circle K for game day. Use their Inner Circle Rewards app from CircleK.com/InnerCircle, or the easy way, just use that QR code on screen. You get 25 cents off a gallon your first 5 fill-ups of fuel, and you get amazing game day snacks, including 5 free Polar Pops of any size when you're part of the Inner Circle. Go download their app today. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's get to my bets here. My eater spoiled one of my bets. I'll tell you that right now. But look, I'm having faith in the team. All right, I'm taking the Avs to cover. So you get a solid game out of Georgiev. I think the Avs are a dangerous enough team to do what they need to do to beat the Winnipeg Jets. If Georgiev gives up 7, guess what? The Avs lose. If you think that's going to happen, go bet on it that way. Taking Rantanen over 1.5 points. I want him to be the man tonight for Colorado. And I'm living in a world where, you know what? Maybe the goalies don't play that much better on either side. Both teams to score 3 or more, plus 170.
Love it.
Give me high scoring hockey. Honestly, this whole playoffs has been wildly high scoring. So why not keep up the trend?
Edmonton yesterday. Yikes.
Yeah, Edmonton, yes. Dallas, Vegas had 9 goals in it.
It was almost the same first period.
Yeah, the first period of that game felt like I was watching a replay of Avs Winnipeg, honestly. It really did. It was crazy. Go place your bets over with Bet365. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Bet $5 on anything, get $150 in bonus bets with the DNVR365 code when you do. Of course, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado, and if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. Any final thoughts as we inch towards puck drop in the end of this New York-Washington game here for Colorado? Don't overthink it. Do overthink it. It's all Georgiev. Someone else. Be the hero. What's up?
Oh, yeah, I mean, obviously it's Georgiev and everything. It's the most important. But, yeah, we need the other parts to be flying, like you said, right? I mean, you need the guys to... You can't go down 2-0. I'm not going to say it's the end of the world, but it is on a big cliff, like, oh, my Lord, there's a big hole. Like, you know what I mean? So you got to play real desperate. You got to play with some emotion, some passion, and you got to take away the momentum right away. If you lose it, you got to get it back. You got to get it back. And it's not just McKinnon and Makar and Rantanen. It's everybody. You can get it back by making a big block shot. You can get it back by drawing a penalty. You can get it back by annoying the other team. You can get it back on a big hit. You can get it back on a big goal, right, from a fourth liner. There's so many things you can do. But you can't just sit and wait for the game to get to you. You got to go after the game, and you got to want to be there, and you got to live in the moment. You can't worry about being down 1-0, or you're down by a goal in the game, or you're up by a goal. You got to live in the moment, and the ones that do it the best usually thrive in the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to a big one tonight. I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Is the moment each 5-minute segment, Eric?
It is. Live in the moment. That's it. You can only control your next shift, right?
Yep.
You're going to have a bad shift. You're going to make a mistake. Guys are going to make mistakes tonight. It's going to happen. Both teams, but you got to live in the moment, move on, and go to the next one.
AJ, anything else?
I think they lose.
Okay. You're free to think that. We'll see what happens. There's a reason they play the games. We're going to wrap up this pregame show here. We do have a watch-along coming your way in a few minutes, so tune in to that. And if that's not your thing, of course, join us postgame, where we'll break down everything that happens, win or lose, in this game, too. We'll talk to you soon.
We all silly like the mayor.